Hey guys, and welcome to the second in the series where we rank the Warhammer Underworlds Warbands by how good they are in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. As always, we have Brad.
Hello.
Andrea.
Ciao.
And me, Darren. Tonight, now we will be rating all the Nightvault Warbands. And first up we have... Stormsirens Curse-Breakers. Some thoughts there, Brad?
They're a great unit to buy to get your evocators and incantor for pretty cheap. But I think they're a little bit expensive for the 3 models for 300 points in comparison to a Knight Incantor, which is 120, and the 5-man evocators for 210. If you were doing 330 points, for 30 points more you get 3 more evocators, so if that is how your army is looking, then maybe, but I'd rather just buy 2 boxes of these and build an evocator squad and an incantor.
Yeah, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. They don't look impressive to me. That's good looking models, yes, used for cool looking spot models in the unit. That's about it.
Definitely a trash vote from my side. I mean, not worth going much further on them. The other unit that came in the starter box was the Thorns of the Briar Queen. A very interesting chain rasp equivalent with a Banshee, basically. A really cool looking Banshee on there. Some thoughts?
So there are 160 points for 7 models, one of which is the Banshee, and the Banshees are 80 points for 1, and the Haulers are 80 points for 10. So a nice, unique little squad that runs around, does a bit of screening, cheaper. If you want to take... So I don't think they're that unique in comparison, but it's a great way to get 10 Grimgrass Reap. What are they called?
Chain rasps.
And a Banshee for pretty cheap. So
yeah, definitely a meh unit. Not so great on the...
Doesn't shine.
Not too great on the turnaround with them. Next unit to come out, a bit of a mixed bag in this side.
Very mixed bag.
Zalbag's Gits. Also another warband that you mentioned before was probably good to buy multiple of so you can turn them into the original unit. A Goblin Fanatic, some Squigs, a Herder, a Shaman, and a bunch of Night Goblins.
And a Netter. So if you were a couple of Netters short, great way to add some into your army. If you happen to have the Battle for Skull Pass box set and didn't get any Netters, great way to add in. But definitely Fungoid Cave Shaman, two Squigs and a Herder. So you buy 2 boxes, you've got the 6-man squad of Squigs, you've got 2 Fungoid Cave Shamans, you've got 2 Netters, and then you've got a bunch of cool archers. So it's a great little box. Running them as an actual unit, they are 160 for 9 models, one of which is 60 points for a Fungoid Cave Shaman. I think he has a special, unique, short-range power, but nothing really to write home about. So it's 100 points for all these mishmash of guys. They're not really doing anything. Maybe as a screen, it's not particularly helpful.
Right.
So far, it looks like we have buy for looks, buy for looks, buy for looks. 3 out of 3.
Buy to fill the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another meh unit over there.
Very much so.
Definitely nothing too special on those side. Ours the 9, probably the warband I was the most excited with.
Yeah, you were.
When they came out. I was so happy when they came out because glorious looking models. You got yourself basically a Change Master. What are they called?
Magister.
A Magister equivalent there in every way except for the fact that they have a different spell. 2 Kharik Acolytes, 1 Horror that turns into Brimstone, and 1 badass looking Zongul Shaman over there. I mean Zongul by himself. With a Great Blade. So fun.
140 points for 6 models. A Magistrate is 100 points. So what's that? 40 points for the rest of them. Maybe he's a little he's quite a little fun magic user. So in his Zinch army where you're trying to cast a bunch of spells, adding in another wizard for cheap. Seems like a good
Cheap
option.
fate points, exactly. It is a good idea.
And the spell turns people into spawn, so you're getting 50 points if you kill some models. So
Well, turns him into spawn if he does.
if he fails, but if you kill someone with his
No,
bolt of
I
change,
think you're thinking of the original one.
Yeah,
the
the
original
The
one.
vanilla one has the
Yeah.
bolt of change.
okay, scrap this.
But with
Still-
him though,
still-
he still has the ability if he fails, well, if he passes a spell on a double and then gets cast another spell and that's another double, he turns into a spawn of siege.
Yeah.
He's got a very interesting utility spell, which gives you a free command point to use on the basic commands, inspiring presence and that. So it's useful, could be useful. Best part about him though is he's an extra spellcaster in a siege army, so extra fate points.
So slightly above man.
So maybe we're giving them a good one for once.
Yeah, let's give him.
I wonder, will this be the only good one in this current set? Because Nightvault's been a little bit lackluster right now.
Yeah.
We've got another interesting unit now. Mollog's Mob. Say it all together now.
This is so weird.
Very strange unit, this. He's not a stone gut troll, a rock gut troll. He's not a dankhold. He's like a baby dankhold with
He's a
friends.
Stonehold.
Look at all those mushrooms. You must be.
Yes.
So for 4 models, it's 170 points. And so it's pretty much just Moloch. You're bring 170 points for Moloch and a bunch of little special rules. They each they token special rules.
Exactly. It's rules with models. That's it.
I guess if you were running a full troll army, though, or Trogloth army, whatever you call them now, if you're running a full troll army, then maybe they would be useful as, he would be useful because he's slightly cheaper to fill in some points
He's
and have an extra
170.
leader.
He doesn't synergize with anything else, though.
Yeah, I wish he gives a bit of bravery buff to like the other trolls, but I think so does a Dankhold. So 190 points for a normal Dankhold, 250 points for a Dankhold Trog boss. So if he was a magician, a wizard, he'd be fantastic, and then it'd be great. But I think he's
It's very low meta to me.
yeah.
Definitely.
Not crash
Yeah.
level because it's himself. It's still okay. Doing mortal wounds when he attacks is not a bad thing at all, but it doesn't get above me.
Yeah.
Okay. We
What are we
have
looking at next?
the Godsworn Hunt.
So this one is, to me, the most unique. Mostly because it has two models that don't have equivalents in Sigmar.
Yeah. A Bati doggy and a God Speaker, which is some very interesting kind of model.
Bit of a wizard.
It probably is like a sorcerer if you want to stretch it, but it's not a sorcerer, so it's not exactly the same thing. And the rest, they are like marauders with special weapons.
Yeah. One or
is
two
interesting.
range weapons. It's a very strange unit. Maybe a nice little harassment unit. Another thing you could pop off to the side and try and make it run around and do something.
Yeah.
She has a little unique spell to reduce wounding on a target.
Yeah,
unit.
she can make something go like, you now wound less.
So
Which doesn't really, there's not a lot of that in the Slaves to Darkness army.
Belacor can do it.
Yeah, but that's
And
about
that
it.
says enough.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
fact that it's Belacor, it says enough. So
but also, that's all. There's no one else who can. And points comparison,
130 points for 6 models, and then you're looking at Marauders are 160 for 20 models. So kind of not it's a great count says chuck it in.
I'll
Yes.
put it in a low good and I'll tell you why. I would put it there because if you build around it with the fact that you can make something hit you less hard, it can be interesting. You can synergize around that and have that being okay, now that unit that is carried out in front of me, now you only wound on a 4+ instead of a 3+.
And if you compare them to a bit of the Warcry tribes, there's a tribe that's very similar to them, isn't there?
the Untamed Beast.
Yes.
Untamed Beast. So you kind of splash them into the Untamed Beast they could probably fit,
They could.
and then you're pushing that theme.
Yeah.
That might work.
On to second last of the Nightvault Warbands. We have the Alfaris.
Guardians.
There we go.
So 180 points.
Also a unique spellcaster because she's not a branch witch. She's not anything else. She's actually got the keyword of a Thorn Witch, so possible future Sylvaneth model coming out there. Interesting tree revenants. One with an extra range weapon, which they never had before.
Big axe and big sword. Basically, that's the rest, right?
Yeah.
So 80 points for 5 models if you're going in with the branch raids, or 4 models for 180 points if you go with this squad. It's kind of, I don't think the wizard is
amazing
bringing enough to the table, and 5-man branch wraiths disappear with the puff of wind, so probably not going to survive in the 12-inch range that you need to cast a spell. So trash probably for me.
Yep.
Definitely a trash unit over there.
Sad.
Unfortunately. A very pretty unit, but yeah.
Yeah, the models do look great. I painted at Warband. It's amazing to paint. It's really nice, but sorry.
And then we're looking at the last Warband for the show.
Probably ending on a high note, I believe, compared to
Thundrix
everything else.
Profiteers, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Thundrix Profiteers comes in at
140 points for 5.
wow, and
So,
with it you get a bunch of Arcanauts, an Ether Chemist, and a what is he?
Bubble Boy.
A Bubble Boy, a Scar Warden, an extra Scar Warden running around.
So Ether Chemist is 90 points for a single guy, and then the other squads are 90 points for 10 models, and the Scar Wardens are 3 models for 100 points. So it's like 50 points for these 4 guys, in addition to the Ether Chemist. So that's
already a good start.
a good start. Like, drop them in. They kind of are this little alternative unit sneaking around the side. I don't know if they fit into the Arcanauts like play style, hiding in a ship. So I think if you're looking at playing Carriage on Overlords, then it's a good way to like test out what models you want to look at, because you get a little bit of a dab into all
you
the
get
army.
slightly different weapons, right? Or it's the stock standard from
All the same.
All the same.
Kind of
Yeah.
spear is an option on the Scar Wardens and
Yeah.
guns. So I think it's a relatively good unit.
Are we going to risk a super?
No.
Should we have a super because it's the only super in this?
No. I mean, in
Definitely not.
comparison to anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the only reason. So no, because if you take the other ones that were in Super in season 1,
Yeah.
You compare, it's not. They're not even compared. Like if he was it is a character, so it's like.
Yeah. The thing is that a lot of our viewers might be wondering about why is it that these characters often appear at a much lower point cost than their standard equivalents. And that would be because, keep in mind, a lot of these ones, they don't have the ability to take any relics. So
they're named characters,
so
exactly.
because they're named characters, you will never be able to take a relic on them. And that can be quite a problem, obviously. You want to go and have a decent relic running around.
Usually, and also they most of the times they only interact with the rest of their warband,
Yeah.
so they don't have like vanilla abilities that you can use on the rest of your army. So it's very focused, and it's really rare that you go, whoa, okay, this is really good.
So that's that for the Nightvault ratings. As you can see, not that great a season, but stay tuned and remember to like and subscribe for the next one, where it's going to be very different. Beastgrave brought us some very interesting warbands there.
Yes.
Anyway, that's it from us. Enjoy.
Cheers. Ciao.